By that logic, I guess LeBron James is no longer the best player in the world. I guess Kevin Durant is no longer the second best player in the world. I guess Isaiah Thomas, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook are all the best players in the world, and LeBron and KD are just irrelevant now, and Stephen Curry's irrelevant now. By that logic, that's what you're saying. By that logic.
I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart, yeah.
What's going on, guys? It's Stave. Some huge news. I told you guys I was going to be starting this channel, and it's official. I uploaded a really controversial video on that channel about Donald Trump. Go check it out. Subscribe to that channel for daily uploads into some crazy videos. It's going to be an epic channel. Go check it out. Link is in the description below. What's going on, guys? It's Steve. Now, I told you, first of all, I got this information from Forbes.com, so I'll leave the link in the description below. Go read the article. It's a really good piece. Anyway, I told you guys this. Carmelo Anthony is not going to leave the New York Knicks. Now, I know I made a video saying it would be for his best interest if he wants to win a title to leave. However, we still have a chance in this offseason to get Chris Paul, but that's besides the point. The point is that Carmelo Anthony is not waiving. There's no trade clause. Dwyane Wade came out and said he's not going to waive it. They're best friends. Melo said he's not going to waive it. He's not going to in any situation. And supposedly, I don't know how true this part is, but supposedly he said the only way he would waive it is if he would go to play with the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Los Angeles Clippers. So either with his bro Chris Paul or with his bro LeBron James. That's crazy, you know? And supposedly, another major thing about Melo is Carmelo Anthony went on this is from Bleacher Report, Melo went on a huge tirade after his loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, and I would have too. I definitely would have too. That play was clearly ran for Carmelo Anthony. This is what happened. Melo was in the post. Everyone was on the other side of the court, and Kristaps Porzingis was in the corner, and everyone else who was on the floor was on the other side of the court. Melo was in the post, and Derrick Rose was sort of like towards the top elbow. Derrick Rose sees Melo open. At first, it looked like he was going to pass to him. I'm like, okay, Melo's going to either make it or miss it. And if he misses it, we still going to win because it's going to hit rim at least. So Derrick Rose, he sees him, but he ignores him and he drives to the basket. This is the stupidest thing ever. He drives to the basket with Melo's defender there. So what do you think happens? Melo's down low in the post. So what do you think happens? You know, they double team. He kicked it out to Kristaps Porzingis, and what happened? The guy that everyone says is better than Carmelo Anthony, the guy that everyone says is the future of the Knicks, which he is, but he's not better than Melo. The guy that everyone says is a number one option on a championship contending team, which he's not. That guy airballed a shot. The 76ers went on a fast break or whatever, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? We lose the game. And you know what's crazy? People are still blaming Carmelo Anthony for that loss. How the hell is it his fault? What else does this man have to do? Every single damn thing that happens in New York is his fault. Is it his fault that Derrick Rose ignored him and passed to KP and KP airballed the shot? Is that his fault? If you look at the statistics, Carmelo Anthony is the clutchest. And this was even on The Jump with Tracy McGrady talking about it. So, come on. This was on The Jump. Carmelo Anthony is the clutchest player since the year 2003. The clutchest player in the NBA since the year 2003. And you don't pass to him? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The clutchest player since 2003, you pass to someone that's one of the most overhyped players right now. He's a great player. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Porzingis fan. I have a Porzingis shirt. I'm a huge fan. But we have to be realistic. This guy is not as good as people say he is. He's not. And people, I saw this one, some of you guys were saying, Steve, you have to go check out these videos that these other NBA YouTubers made. Guys, and thank you guys for informing me on that, because this is not for you guys. I wouldn't even know, because I don't watch any of them, because boring. Anyway, Supposedly, according to these NBA YouTubers, a few of them, Carmelo Anthony does not deserve. First of all, according to them, Kristaps Porzingis is better than Melo. But these are the same people that don't even watch Knicks games. I don't even think they watch basketball, judging by those things they say. Because to be honest, you want to know what they do? Proof. Dwyane Wade is the third best shooting guard in the world. Not proof. No, this is why Dwyane Wade is the third best shooting guard in the world. And all of their thumbnails look exactly the same. This is why LeBron James is the best small forward ever. This is why Michael Jordan is the best player ever. Are you kidding? This is stuff everyone already knows. So by that logic, I don't think they watch basketball. At least not as much as I do. I watch almost every single damn game with League Pass. Obviously not every game, because I think you can only watch like 3 games at once. But, I skip in between. But even then, not every game is on at the same time. 8 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Supposedly, according to them, Porzingis is better than Carmelo. Even though these people don't realize that when Carmelo Anthony doesn't play, the New York Knicks in the last 2 years are 0-13 without Melo. You want to know another thing that people don't realize? When Carmelo Anthony is off of the floor, I don't remember where I read this stat, but it's if you watch the games, you see it yourself. But the stat may be a little off, but when Melo's off of the floor, Porzingis' field goal percentage plummets to around 35%. I wonder why. And I wonder why Porzingis even said he plays better when Melo's on the floor. I wonder why he came out and said that. I wonder why Porzingis scores more when Melo's on the floor. I wonder why. Is it because Melo sets him up? Is it because Melo gets so much attention? Or is it a combination of both? Because it's damn near a combination of both. Damn near a combination of both. And people say Melo's not a playmaker? Are you serious? That pass to Kuzminskas against Philly? All of these damn passes to Kyle quit. Are you kidding me? Come on now. Let's be real. He may not be a LeBron type passer, but he's a passer, man. And let's be real for a second. Porzingis is not better than Carmelo Anthony. So when I saw those videos, to be honest, I stopped watching like 4 minutes in. Whatever, man. It's ridiculous. How could anyone literally sit there and then some other of you guys showed me this video that supposedly one guy was saying that Carmelo Anthony doesn't deserve to be an all-star, and his logic was there are better people. This was his logic. There were players putting up better numbers, so therefore they're better players and they deserve to be in the all-star game. Oh, and the fact that they're on a winning team. Okay. So first of all, he said Melo, he's having his legacy isn't good enough to exempt him from not having great numbers and making the All-Star game. So I'm guessing 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists on the lowest minutes per game he's ever had in his career, on one of the lowest usage percentages he's ever had in his career. I guess that is not, you can't exempt that. And you want to say he's not legendary enough. You ask people to name some of the best small forwards ever, guess who's going to be in that conversation? You ask people who's one of the best players of the last decade, who the hell you think is going to be in that conversation? Who the hell has over 20, I think he's close to 25,000 points? Who the hell averaged 25, 6, and 3 for his career? Never. One of 4 players to never average under 20 points per game in their career. And only one of 3 that have done it over a 10-year period. And guess who that is? Michael Jordan, LeBron James. And if you want to exclude the 10-year period part, Kevin Durant. Is that not exclusive territory? Are you kidding me? So, goddamn. But anyway, back to the point. So by that logic, and by a lot of people that hate on Melo's logic, by the way, the same people that hate on Carmelo Anthony are the same damn people that don't watch Knicks games. I guarantee you they don't watch Knicks games. They probably watch it, it's on TNT tonight. I'm going to watch it tonight against TNT. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, I saw a Knicks game. I'm an expert on the Knicks. No, you're not. Anyway, these type of people, by that logic, that this is literally what he said. there are players putting up better numbers. Therefore, they're better players, and their teams have better records, so they deserve it over Carmelo Anthony. Okay. So, by that logic, I guess Chris Paul doesn't deserve to be an NBA All-Star. But also, by that logic, putting up better numbers means you're a better player. So, by that logic, I guess LeBron James is no longer the best player in the world. I guess Kevin Durant is no longer the second best player in the world. I guess Isaiah Thomas, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook are all the best players in the world. And LeBron and KD are just irrelevant now, and Stephen Curry's irrelevant now. By that logic, that's what you're saying. By that logic. By that logic, saying, oh, he's not putting up, there are so many players putting up better numbers. What? Do you know how many players I can name in the last 10 years that have put up numbers like that? First of all, you want to go back? This is why sometimes I feel like YouTube is a good thing for people to be able to voice their opinion on the NBA, but sometimes it's also a bad thing. But anyway, because this is the future. This is just the beginning. YouTube is the future. But anyway, this is crazy. By this logic, this would mean Kevin Martin, Danny Granger, Michael Redd, Rudy Gay were better at one point in time than Tim Duncan, than Chris Paul, than Darren Williams in his prime, than Chauncey Billups in his prime, than Allen Iverson, than Kobe Bean Bryant in his prime. There was even one year when Melo, in 08-09, which, by the way, he went to the Western Conference Finals, Melo was averaging 22.8 points per game. So, by that logic, Kevin Martin, Michael Redd, Rudy Gay are better than all of those players I just named because they were putting up better numbers in some of those seasons than they were. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you see the logic that these people work by? This is why. This is why I just exclude myself from everyone. That's ridiculous. By that logic, you're telling me just because you put up better numbers, you're a better player? So by that logic, you cannot say LeBron is the best in the world. You can't say Kevin Durant's the second best. You can't say Stephen Curry's the third best. You can't say whoever the hell you think is fourth or fifth, which is, I think, are Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Oh, actually, James Harden's third and Russell Westbrook four and Stephen Curry five. By that logic, that's what you're saying. That's what you're telling me. Does that make sense? You're a hypocrite if you say LeBron's the best in the world, but at the same time you say, oh, they're putting up better numbers. They're a better player than Melo. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? These are the people, they don't watch Knicks games. They just sit there and blame everything on Melo. Blame everything on Melo. Hey, man, that's what happens when you lose, You start, you know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is, when we were third seed in the East a few weeks ago, people were saying Carmelo Anthony is back. People were back on the Melo bandwagon. They start losing, and guess what? Oh, he sucks. He's this. He's that. Okay. You know what? I'll sit here and I'll end the video on this note. This one note I'll end the video on. The only team in the Eastern Conference, and by the time the playoffs start, the Knicks will be good and rolling. Barring injury, the only team in the Eastern Conference that can compete with that can beat the New York Knicks in a best of 7 are the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is the only team that can beat the New York Knicks in a best of 7 in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So by that logic, this is what I'll say. All you haters out there, you guys are going to be full of sodium. Get your umbrellas because it's going to be raining salt. When my New York Knicks are facing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals in May. I'll see you there. Anyway, guys, it's been Steve. Thank you guys for your support. I'm out. Peace.